Okay, hi everybody, Matt Hoffman here, and I wanted to take a minute and fill everyone in about some changes that are happening, and they're happening kind of quick. The first thing is that the Cannabis Resume Workshop is being moved to November 20th. Same same place, same time, 6 p.m. at Linked Up here in Grand Rapids. And the reason that I'm moving the date is something happened today that we've been working on for about a year. So most almost nobody knows this at this point. We have a nonprofit organization called OUR Cannabis, OUR Cannabis, and we received some funding today. And it was not out of the blue because it's something that we've been working on, but I just didn't expect it 2 days before our event. Um, and it changes things significantly for you and for us. And I'll explain some of those things right now. So, the way that it changes things is the $50 cost of attending the Cannabis Resume Workshop is that's gone. Uh, it's it no longer costs $50 to come to the Cannabis Resume Workshop. It is a it is a free workshop, or it is a pay what you can workshop. But for all intents and purposes, right now, it is free, which means that everybody that was on the fence on whether they should come to this or not, um, the financial barrier has been removed through a generous donation of a West Michigan Canna-Business. And I just think that's fantastic. So that's the reason that I'm changing the date is I didn't feel that um, with elections and with the event being Wednesday that that we had enough time to communicate to all of you um, that the event is free and to come out. So I decided to push it back 2 more weeks to tell you that and let you do some logistics instead of just springing it on you 2 days in 2 days. So that's why I'm moving the event. I've already communicated with all of the people that have paid and pre-registered, and so that's taken care of. But it just seemed like too good of an opportunity to pass up to have an immediate impact on job seekers in the Grand Rapids community and to give everybody an opportunity to come to this workforce enrichment program put on by this nonprofit called OUR Cannabis and made possible through the donations of our sponsors, of our donors and sponsors. So that's why we're changing the date, and that's why the event is now no cost event. So that's really exciting. But now that I have you here, I will give you some information about OUR Cannabis. And so, as I mentioned, it is an organization that we started about a year ago with the purpose of focusing on expungements and creating a legislative automatic expungement program and really working and lobbying for some of the things, some of the issues that are present in the industry now. We foresaw over a year ago, and started trying to focus on. And so it's really exciting for us to see mainstream media, the communities, the businesses, and everybody now focusing on these events, and that's really exciting. And so we are now doing the work of cannabis workforce enrichment. And what that means is we fill in the service gaps left by some of the state programs. For example, Michigan Works. So the reason that OUR Cannabis exists is that if a person were to go into Michigan Works or into some of these other federally funded organizations, they would be turned away because Michigan Works and these other organizations cannot jeopardize their federal funding by helping people get a job in the cannabis industry. I disagree with this. I think it's a pile of horse turds, but the time. The simple fact is, nothing meaningful is going to happen on that today, tomorrow. But the nonprofit organization, OUR Cannabis, and our partners, we can have an impact today. We can have an impact right now on people's lives, and we can work and lobby and try to make legislative changes simultaneously. But we can have a direct impact on our communities now, and so that's why we're continuing to do the work that we're doing. And some of the things that we're doing are the Cannabis Resume Workshop, which you've heard me talk about, and some of the other programs that we've got coming online are interview preparations. So sitting down with someone and doing a mock interview, a practice interview, and then also job specific skill developments. So there are some generalized things that can be taught as far as like safety practices and things like that that can help prepare job seekers for working as a bud tender or as a grower or in a multitude of any one of the jobs that are available in the cannabis industry. Um, and there's other programs that we have coming online as well. But the focus of the work is really on taking people from socioeconomically disadvantaged backgrounds and people that live in social equity zones and people that have received expungements and putting them through this enrichment process and giving them the helping boost that they need to either get back to work in the cannabis industry or to get to work in the cannabis industry. Uh, and this is something that is near and dear to me and to my team because this is something that I went through personally, um, and other team members have gone through as well. We know how damaging it can be to a person to go through an unjust cannabis conviction and how hard it is to climb back out of that hole. And thinking back about my two experiences, um, of having civil asset forfeiture leveraged against us and being incarcerated for participating in the cannabis industry, and the sheer amount of friends, professionals, resources, backup plans, and safety nets that we had, um, it was incredibly difficult. It was one of the hardest. It was the hardest thing that I've ever had to do was recover from cannabis prosecutions or cannabis persecutions. And we had resources, we had people around us, and we were pretty well positioned. And it was still incredibly difficult for us to recover from. I mean, it took years for us to recover from, years. And there are so many people out there that don't have access to the resources that we did, and without and with the state programs like Michigan Works and some of the other organizations not having their traditional resources available for people that are trying to rebuild their lives or trying to get into the cannabis industry. um, I see it as an opportunity for us to step in with our superior cannabis experience, our human resources and education background, and then our personal experience in the um, unbelievably brutal criminal justice system, and leverage in concert those three things to build this nonprofit organization to help people like us, maybe like you, maybe like people you know or are related to, uh, have a resource to get back into the cannabis industry and to carve out a space where you can have a good paying job, where you can love your love your work and enjoy your coworkers and feel like you're a part of a community and a culture, and then also you're getting a piece of something that is exciting, that is a tide that raises all ships. We want to make sure that we are able to grab people up that are falling through the cracks, because there there isn't enough programs out there to do that. And there are some great NPOs out there, and I love them. Um, but our mission is focused on the workforce development and the workforce enrichment of those people that have been adversely affected by the war on cannabis. And so that's the that's the organization. It's OUR Cannabis, and our mission is as on giving people a helping hand back into the cannabis workforce. And so that's that's pretty much that. Um, yeah. So things have changed quite a bit in not a lot of time, and um, for for those people that are unfamiliar with the cannabis industry, this is usually how it goes. Things happen pretty quick, and they you kind of go on a pendulum swing. But I felt that um, the events of today were were impactful enough to justify moving the date and opening it up to more people um, that that may have wanted to come to this resume workshop but couldn't afford it. And I just want to say that again, through the generous donations of our donors, that's don't worry about it. We got you covered. Like just come out. Make sure that you register and get a ticket. It's only limited to 40 people. That's the capacity that my team can handle. And make sure you do the homework pack that we send you. And then the last thing is that for this event, borrow or bring your own laptop computer. A cell phone won't suffice, a tablet won't suffice. You need a laptop computer. That way we can get in there and manipulate the resumes and build you a professional resume. That way you can go and land that green dream job. Um, as as we gain more funding, we we're in the process of fundraising right now for a cannabis mobile computer lab where we have 40 laptop computers that are available for people that may not have them. That way, there's no we're removing as many barriers and impediments to gainful cannabis employment as possible. That's all in due time. I'm just really excited that this came through when it did. I wish that it came through last week. That way I could give you more of a heads up, but that's not the way that cookie crumbled. But um, as time goes forward, more and more resources will come to bear, and we can start to share some more of the curriculum that we're doing and supporting the cannabis workforce development, and really it's equity through education and opportunity. That's what we're really focused on is the equity through opportunity programs, and it's exciting. And I just wanted to make this video and share some of this information with you guys and make you aware of the programs. If you or your company would like to support the OUR Cannabis programs or find out more information about how you could get involved with the work that we're doing and partner with some of the other organizations, then click on that email and we'll be happy to provide more information to you. And then if you were thinking about coming out to the cannabis resume workshop, do it. Absolutely do it. It's definitely worth your time. And if you want to see what you'll be getting into, then you should watch the other video that we created highlighting some of the work that you'll be doing. But we're really excited to have the community engage with us and to be able to provide these services to the community. So really exciting stuff. And I'm going to sign off here. I look forward to seeing you all in the cannabis field. Bye-bye.